Alrighty, we're getting into a regame here because Infected was AFK for the first half of it. Anyways, we're gonna see. There's Infected. He's moving now, and we have Cryoc. I think is his name. Up here spawning as the blue Terran up at the top right hand location, which means at the bottom right hand location is going to be your white Zerg Infected. It's going to be a TVZ on the map, Crown and Scepter made by Cardinal All In, and he is going to be the map creator for this map. It's going to be very interesting how things play. I unfortunately do not have music actually for this. I might pull up in the next game, just find like some kind of Terran soundtrack and play it, because I do not actually have the legal version of the game. I only have the Icy Cup ladder version. So we do have the Overlord though, going at the incorrect location, unfortunately. But we're gonna have the Terran player about to make his supply depot, probably right here. Oh no, actually just gonna put it right here instead. Not gonna use the advantage of popping an SCV out here, so I'm going to put it here as well. It basically spawns the SCV, because you see how when you spawn workers, they spawn from the left side of the town hall, unlike Zerg though, which Larva just spawns anywhere. So when you essentially spawn here, you can push it by making a supply depot here and pushing the workers to spawn out here. So a little closer to the north patch. I think it only impacts like a couple seconds on your builder, so it's not anything big. Meanwhile, we have Infected here, who is going to be making his 12 hatchery expansion. Notice how you have some kind of like detailing here on the rocks to mark out where your expansion should be. But it's going to be a standard 12 hatchery build with a drone scout going in the correct direction. We're going to see if Cryoc is going to pick the right direction. He is not. He's going to be scouting in the incorrect direction. Curious to note, there's a base up here, mineral only. You'll see this maybe later on in the game. And there's also mineral only down here, if you look on the mini map where I am right now. So it's basically a fighting spirit, except this top hand location here is actually flipped in rotation. In fighting spirit, your natural is down here, and your third base is at the 12 o'clock. Instead, you have your natural over here at the 11 o'clock position, and you have your third base kind of at the 9 o'clock position. So it's a little interesting how it is. Drone is going to go harass this SCV, who just finishes the barracks. The drone is going to make his way into the mineral line, and we'll see if it's going to take that SCV. Oh, okay, no, not going to be able to do it. It's at 12 HP, and we have Cryoc throwing down his second supply depot already because he hasn't scouted the Zerg player. But I'm assuming he's just going to make a second SCV, second Marine, and go for his natural expansion down here. Meanwhile, we have the natural expansion almost up now for Cryoc, who went for the standard 12 hatch, I think 13 pool, and now he's grabbing his third hatchery on 15. So very standard play for both players. You've got the 2 Marines with the command center out, and the barracks is right now just halting production because we know that there aren't lings out. If there are lings out, they'd already be coming in here. So we have started mining now at the natural expansion. Both players have now figured out where the opponents are. The gas is going up for the Zerg player. We'll see if the gas goes up for the Terran player. Usually an early gas at around 22 population is generally indicative of a +1 timing. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that. We're just going to go into a supply depot. So Cryoc is actually, I don't know how much he's got queued up actually. Usually I feel like they should have a little more minerals, but there's the refiner. There it is. Refiner going down right now. He's probably going to start his engineering bay probably down here, or maybe up here, something like that. But he will start his e-bay soon enough. And that's going to, again, kind of say, hey, I'm going for +1. Lings are out now to ward off this SCV. Meanwhile, he's got the layer going on in his expansion. And we'll see him pretty much go for, we'll see if he opts for the Lurker build or the Mutalisk build. But there's the engineering bay. We'll see him go for that +1 timing, and here comes the big SCV transfer. Meanwhile, not much else going around on that map. There comes the Lings coming out to kind of pressure this frontal ramp. By the way, this is like a Fighting Spirit map. You do have that ramp right outside of your natural, but you have a second ramp down here actually that you cannot see in the Fog of War. So that is the most interesting part of this map. Probably going to see an Academy getting thrown down soon by Cryoc. and a bunker going down at the front. This bunker is not generally needed in this matchup early on, unless the Zerg player really opted for some kind of lurker build, which it doesn't seem to be going for. He doesn't have a Hydralisk stand anywhere. But he's got a bunker out the front anyways. He's going to ward off a link, kills off one, but not too big of a loss for the Zerg player. Usually I'd probably just say opt for like a supply depot here or even here and just put Marines kind of back here in position. And there shouldn't be going thing any on it. But he's going to put a supply depot here anyways. It blocks off this choke, so links have to come through this area. It's very good. Meanwhile, he's got more lings out here. Again, this is what I'm talking about, the mineral-only expansion. And over here, probably favors Terran slightly. The way this map is actually split is actually Terran favored because of the fact that when he takes his third expansion, the Terran player will most likely expand here and then to these other corner bases up on the left side, and maybe take this expansion later on with tanks guarding up this high ground ramp and shell down this mineral only. So basically he'll have an extra mineral only base over the Zerg, and this mineral only base will be the one that will be contested as well as the center base in the super late game scenario, but most likely won't happen. Anyways, we got the barracks is starting to go down. There's the fifth one is not coming up yet. There's the academy with stim research going on right now. And meanwhile, Cryoc has opted for a spire. So Comsat Station is going to scan this out, and we'll probably see turrets going down very quickly for the Terran player. Zerg just kind of hovering around the entrance, and we're not going to see a fifth barracks actually. A little interesting to note, only 4 racks. He's got an idle SCV here as well. Oh, interesting is the front of the top of the ramp actually has the wall off location. Anyway, Zerg is going for that third base here. No lurkers at the top, so this will be a very interesting play from the Terran. The Terran has to make a decision. Am I going to commit for a frontal break, which has no sunkens right now, or am I going to play back and play passive with these Mutalisks? But he does have the 2 turrets coming up right now. 2 turrets over here, probably needs to make 1. Yep, there it is, the one in his mineral line. But with 4 racks, he's probably going to transition into a quicker factory. I would say probably around the 80 to 90 population. But here come the Mutalisks. We'll see how much damage he gets down. He needs to bank another turret right here. He's not going to do that, I don't think. Only 1 turret here. That's not enough, actually, I don't think, in terms of defense. Because especially when his Marines are pushing out right now, it's actually really bad timing for the Terran player. And here comes some Marines that are stemmed up, but they found a hole. The Mutalisks did find a hole here in the back. So this will be very interesting to note how good his Xenos micro is. It's okay, not the best, but he's going to kill off a Marine and he's going to try to come back down here. He's going to be able to pick off a missile turret. Not going in for a missile turret, I think it's a mistake. Again, only 2 missile turrets here. Terran needs to repair this, but this Mutalisk flock isn't really doing anything right now. Surprisingly, he's got 4 missile turrets in the natural expansion here. But I'd really like to see him. Yeah, it's getting repaired now. I really would like to see him just pick off that missile turret, and he probably wouldn't have lost the Mutalisk at all. Here come the Marines. See if they stand up. They're all picking up some more SCVs here, and delaying building on this supply depot. Ooh, the Marines are getting a good amount of shots on the Mutalisk. He loses 1, but sorry for the camera slap. But he's got his 3rd expansion up, and that's very important here. I wish Terran, because Terran didn't really do much with his Marines, Terran would have pushed to the middle of the map and gone for this 3rd expansion. Instead, he has forgone that, actually making 2 extra Mutalisks here. One's actually pretty low health. So, he's got 12 Mutalisks out, a little bit of interesting play, but he does have his Hydra Den. Where is the Hydra? There's a Hydra Den with the Queen's Nest. He's going to be making a hive very shortly, and drones now coming out to saturate this 3rd base and get the gas, and a scan coming down here. It does see the creep, I think, but crucially misses the hatchery and what's going on there. But you see here, Zerg is now regaining the pressure in the middle of the map. Managed to pick off all 3 of those Marines. He's kind of going to try to tag the stragglers, but here comes the reinforcement line. This is where Zerg is really pressured. He doesn't have any Hydras here to stop this frontal push, and meanwhile he's got a lot of Mutalisks here, but I don't think that's good enough. He needs to really get a good surround on these reinforcing Marines. If he can really pick off this pack, it will be really big. He's going to try to go in here. The Marines are actually pretty split up. This is a good surround from the Zerg player, really catching up the Terran force by surprise. And yeah, Lings are able to grab this pack of the forces. Now this push looks very small in comparison. I'm pretty sure if you were to sacrifice all these mutas, he'd be able to easily pick off this. Oh, flies right over the mutas, not going to meter micro, but he's able to grab this anyways. I think he lost a muta. He did lose 1 muta, but overall, grabbing this pack for just Zergling trade is a very good trade. Meanwhile, there's 5 lurkers out already, doing an excellent job of picking off the encroaching Marine group. very important. He's got 2 Hydras here, gonna be ready to morph into lurkers. But here comes the part with this double ramp. If Terran pushes out here, I'm very surprised he's pushed out here at all. If he pushes out here, you know what's gonna end up happening is Zerglings will come around from this other bridge here and kind of pressure and come in from behind and surround. But here come the lurkers, here come the Mutas. There's gonna be a big push in here. He might actually end the game right here. Scan goes off on all these lurkers. He doesn't actually pick off 2 of them. However, there are way too many Mutas. And Terran only has 3 Marines and 2 medics to combat this. And I think this is gonna be game over for the Terran player. Was not really on his game today. Hive is already on the way with Evolution Chamber. And Zerg is already well within the reinforcement line of the Terran. And that's going to be GG, essentially. I don't see a way for Terran to come back in this game. The Lurkers are right in front of these SCVs. Picks off a decent round. Yeah, but that's going to be game. Vessel is not even up yet. The facility didn't finish. And meanwhile, another hatchery is being morphed in the meantime. So yeah, this is very interesting. There's the GG from Cryoc. That was the game. LRM Infected will take game 1 on Crown and Scepter. We are gonna quickly just see if my friend has gone there yet. No, he's not. So unfortunately, Bisu Dagger will not be joining me, I don't think. So that is okay. We're going to do ASD 1-1. So, 1 sec. Let me get some StarCraft music going in here. Also, y'all gonna see that. Oh, look, I have so much political stuff on. Yeah, that's because my major is just that. Can I get this to repeat? There we go. We're bringing the volume down a little bit. There we go. It's probably better. One sec. Let me just post it on Team Liquid real quick. Alright, we're gonna get into game number 2 coming in here. He had less money than on a fighting suitor. Interesting. So the SCV pathing in the top right location is bad for him apparently. But anyways, we're gonna be jumping right here into game number 2. It's gonna be Cryoc versus Infected. In fact, it's gonna be the Teal Terran spawning down here at the bottom left-hand position. Which means spawning over here at the top left is going to be Cryoc, who's down a game in this show match. Overlord is going in the correct direction. Interesting. Look at the mineral lines. I wanted to take a look at this. Oh, interesting. The mains have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. Mineral lines have 1,200 minerals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. How much is the gas? 4,000. Interesting. Here comes the supply depot down for Cryoc. So we're gonna see how this game goes on. Gasoline. $4,000 and 1,200. Interesting. So this is like a low econ, like a super low econ map, because people think, oh, there's a decent amount of bases like Fighting Spirit with 2 extra mineral onlys, but the gas is lower by 1,000, and the mineral patch is actually lower by another 300 minerals per patch. 300 times 9 is 2,700 minerals we're losing out on. It's quite a bit of minerals. Anyways, here comes the hatchery, another standard 12 hatch from the Zerg player. We're gonna see if he just opts for the standard, 11 pool. Interesting. Usually, I think players like to go for 13 pool a little more because it's a little more economic. But 11 pool, no big deal. Throw it in some more drones right afterwards. Supply depot going up now for the Terran player, again scouting in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, the Overlord might actually get picked off here if it goes too far in. This might be really bad here. If the Marine sees the Overlord, he could pick it off. Oh, okay, Overlord's gonna keep to the very edge of this. Marine's gonna hover here at the top of the ramp. But I think he'll know that the Terran player is here at this point, because he'll check here and be like, oh, there's nothing here. Third hatchery now is up for Infected, and the CC goes up for Cryoc. And nothing else going on. Ooh, cancels! Egg hacker detected. So the drone transfer went through. He's got a creep colony at the very front. Oh, he's gonna lose drone. Oh, one more shot. But the Overlord. Oh no, he's gonna lose an Overlord. Oh no, send these Marines up here. Yeah, this Overlord is dead. That's unfortunate. That's actually really bad for Zerg losing an Overlord this early into the game, because look at his supply. He's making Overlord right now. And yeah, these Marines are just gonna camp at the bottom. Rip and piss Obi. Oh, but these Lings are gonna try to get in here and pick up a Marine. They're gonna pick up another Marine. Oh, he gets 2. So he loses like 6 Marines for 2 Marines for like 6 Lings, which is a pretty favorable trade actually for Terran. It means that the Zerg push will be a lot delayed. Meanwhile, the layer is going down, but losing that Overlord is quite big actually, because again, look at his econ; it's very low. So that's definitely an Overlord egg right there. That's probably another one being morphed. And Zerg is essentially at a standstill. He can't really do anything. He can't make more drones right now because look at his saturation. His natural saturation is okay, but his main saturation is not very good. I saw SCV pull. Was there? I'm not sure. Interesting. He's got the Overlords out now, so he's finally making more drones, which is really good. He's got to make another Overlord now, unfortunately, from these eggs. But we'll see here. He's got the Academy up. Engineering Bay is up as well. Here comes the extra barracks. And we'll see probably Spire going down. Sunken Colony is morphing at the front to stop these big contingency of Marines in the meantime. See when the layer is done, though. Actually, Marine's just gonna halt back. I think it's the SCV scouted the Sunken Colony here and realized that there's no chance he's gonna break through that. Where is the Spire? 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 There it is. He's trying to ward off the SCV before the SCV sees the Spire, but I think he'll see it anyways. Yep, here it comes. And Spire detected. So there's the 4 barracks. I'm probably going to be expecting a 5th one, actually, considering how much minerals he's floating right now. Where's the macro? There it is. But another 4 racks apparently, and the comsat station is going down as well. First medic is out for the Terran player, and the +1 is spinning. Stim, I think, is almost done now for Terran if he wants to go for a bust, but a little bit late. Spire is halfway done now. Probably some more overlords morphing. There it is, there's another overlord. And I have no doubt that a drone will soon come out for the Zerg player to plop his hatchery down here at this 3rd base location. Again, an interesting spawn location because of the way that the ramps are facing each other. You see, notice this, the 3rd bases are actually just facing right next to each other. Here come the Marines. And the 2nd creep colony is forced to be morphed by the Terran, or the Zerg player. Interesting. He had to force commit some larvae to Zerglings because of this push. He's only got like 5 meters morphing actually. It's very interesting. But he did produce a lot of lings with speed. And they actually might be able to come around and flank this group. Actually, the group going for a short run by. Oh no, not gonna work. They will lose a couple. There are the metas. It's gonna be a really delayed meta push because he lost that overlord so early on in the game. But here comes the drone. We'll see where he makes that base. Looks like he's going, yeah, towards this expansion. He's got also lings coming over to clear it out. Meanwhile, the Terran force is pretty big. He's got 3 medics with this group, and I would say about a control group and a half of Marines. He's got the 2nd refiner coming up now. He's already got his factory started, so he's off in a better place than he was last time. Macro is slipping though. Oh, that's why he got supply blocked, unfortunately. But there it is. And here comes the Mutalisks, gonna try to come in and harass. But this is a big group of Marine medic right here, actually. This is like almost 2 control groups. He's only got 2 Sunkas here at the front. And the 3rd Sunka, picks off a couple of meters. It's really good. He's only got 10 meters now. He's picked off, I think, 1 of them. Was he going to another one? No. Infected. He's going to pay attention. But these meters are taking free pot shots right now. It's really not good. He needs to morph his 3rd Sunken. Meanwhile, over here at this position, I think if he just took this group and ran it up the ramp here, there would be nothing to stop the Terran player from getting up there. Meanwhile, he's got Meatless Den already, or sorry, Hydra Den out, and he's getting that the lurker aspect, but it's not gonna be in time. If Terran were to really just move over to his 3rd base and smells it, he might be able to break. But it's something. Marines here. Nice Meta Micro. This group is kind of thinned out a little bit. Oh, lose another Meatless. Oh, lose another one. So good target firing by the Terran player, loses quite a bit of meters, but again, the Terran force is now down to about, control group of Marines, 11. But these amount of meters and this amount of lings might go for a surround right here on these Terran force, and that's exactly what he's gonna go for. Here it comes. Actually, they know where this is going. They're gonna try to trap him on top of this ramp, and here it comes. And then here come the lings from behind, and here comes the surround. Here comes the pins. Oh, he didn't bring these other lings. That's really unfortunate for the Zerg player, unfortunately. Didn't time it properly, but he's got the lurker eggs morphing now. Again, his 3rd base up. So he's doing quite a good job of chasing around these Marines, but in the meanwhile, we do have the science facility starting now for the Terran player. And these barracks, again, he's kind of, macro is not the best. He's floating quite a bit of resources, but I guess because he wants that tank and vessel out now, waiting for that irradiate research to be finished, he's floating a little bit more than he should be. I'm not sure if he started any research yet. I don't think so. I would hesitate to guess there hasn't been anything started yet. He's starting to produce more now, finally remacroing. He's got a little bit of Marines back at home, it's pretty cool. But here come the Marines, they're gonna find this base. If they can snipe this before the Mutalisks, because Zerglings can get there, this is gonna be huge. He needs to go for the hatchery. Instead, he's going for the extractor. Not the best decision. But here come the Lings, here come the Mutalisks, and this little force will get pinged out. If you were to bring this group here as well, with all these Marines out, He needs to make a few more medics. He's got 2 medics just sitting out here in the middle of the open. But Irradiate is started. Vessel is on the way, and tanks, which I assume is going to be siege mode, is on the way because he's going for the quote-unquote 9-minute push. Well, this is 10 minutes, 30 seconds now, so it's going to be more like an 11-minute push. He's got a 3rd command center already. Oh, this is a very early 3rd command center. Far earlier than most. He's going into the factory tech switch now as well. We'll see how good his tech switch is. He's got that 3rd factory. Oh! Yep, there's the vessel and the 3 tanks. And there's 3 lurkers here at the top of his 3rd base. So, the Zerg is stabilized. He's got the Filer Mound morphing? What? Did he miss his Defiler Mound? Oh my god, it just went up. That's actually really embarrassing. He didn't put it up right as the high finish. So this push actually might be able to do a decent amount of damage here if he researched Siege Mode, assuming first. The research is done. It was quite quick. And wow. Cryoc is going very ham, getting another expansion here. Yeah, it was Siege Mode. But this is going to be something special. If he can pull off this force here and move it here and go for a big flank, it might work. Meanwhile, Nice Canal is being made. I don't know where it's being morphed though. Oh, it's building over there. So here come the lurkers. They're going to try to get up here. I'm going to pick up one. He's trying to block essentially. But more lurkers are out. Trying to block this force. Picking up one tank. That's pretty good. But here come the other rest of the Marine force. And pick up a couple more, but actually this is pretty good from Infected. It was a decent hold off. Only lost 1 sunken and traded quite a bit of units. And here come the Lings actually be able to get up here and attack the siege tank. And here come the Lings. Gets picked off. But the last tank did get picked off. So it was a fairly decent trade. I'm not sure where the science vessel went. Oh, he didn't bring the vessel with him. So actually, Cryoc could have ended the game right there because this Defiler Mound consume upgrade is going to be very delayed. Instead, he didn't. Ling's just kind of huddling around here. But yeah, he's gonna soon lift up all of these. These are just producing vultures, I'm assuming. Yep, he's got 5 factories already. And his macro has been slipping this game. I honestly feel like if Cryoc just fixes macro up a little bit, this game would have been over long ago. Where is the command center that he just had though? Oh, he lifted it all the way over? I would just assume he would just build the command center here then. Because it's a lot closer. I don't know. But anyways, he's got his 3rd base coming up now. 4th base, actually. Sorry. This is actually very big for the Terran player. He's gonna get into this, tech switch kind of maneuver. Meanwhile, 3 lurkers and a bunch of Zerglings out here. Maybe try to block this frontal push and try to stop any reinforcements. But Swarm is up now, and there are lurkers moving up here into the Swarm. And here they go. And he loses 1 more tank. This force isn't very big though. This force, however, is the one I'm more concerned with because they can lay mines all over this area and really trap the Zerg in. Zerg is going to try to grab that 4th base now, though. In the meantime, he does have an extra hatchery being morphed. He's got, well, no upgrades yet. So he comes to soon. Here comes the Scourge. See if they can pick up the vessels, and they're going to grab one. The other one's also kind of just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. If these 2 Scourge were able to do it, I think he's going to ward off dropship play, though, instead. They also might take this 5th base soon enough as well. But meanwhile, Terran again has been getting more and more factories. This bunker's burned down. No, I'm not sure what happened to it. But eBay is done researching 1-1 upgrade already. The armory is starting to get up, and the 2nd armory is on the way as well. Ooh, a Radiate I think went off on that Defiler. Something did die over here. But 4th base is coming down. There is no Defiler back here with Lings to support. So if Terran were to just move in here, he'd be able to take out this small lurker force. But meanwhile, he is just grabbing control of the middle of the map. I'm not sure where his mines are. He's got speed. Oh, there are mines. But I really want some mines up here as well, also over at this bridge. But because the Zerg forces have kind of crawled up into the middle of the map. But Terran is really on top of his game right now. He's got 3 factories over here at his 4th expansion, and he's starting to add on those machine shops, and this will be a very scary force to reckon with for the Zerg player, because he's gonna start making tanks. I mean, he's banked up 1,600 gas. It's a lot of tanks, you know. The pilot didn't get off the Swarm. That's really crucial right there. these Zerglings are going to be very ineffective with a great medic block, I would add. So Terran is in pretty much complete control of this game. He's probably going to expand here soon enough as well. He's already got this 4th refinery going, and I want to see how much gas they have. Probably not. But yeah, these mine out a lot faster, just notably. So people have to be a lot more careful with how they spend their money. Again, look, Zerg usually doesn't, you know, this is 15 minutes into the game. Zerg shouldn't be mined out already, but they are because of this. But yeah, there's a swarm out, and again, Zerg really can't push back this Terran force. No, both players' macro is starting to slip. But Terran is pretty much got control of the map. He's got this wall of mines and vultures out on this side, wall on this side, and so again, this is kind of the Terran strategy. Also, a really good job of keeping mines on top of its ramp in case of a big push out. But it's very important to note that the Zerg player is almost just contained into these 2 blocks, and that's generally how the Terran wants to be playing here. Here come the vessels, might try to go for a lot of irradiates on these lurkers. Again, no defiler is here right now. Like, there should be like a Nidus Canal back here or something linking up with the with this base again. Instead, here come the barracks liftoff, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 machine shots for Terran. Again, he's supply block. A little bit funny. He's finally making more supply depots. Here's some siege tank sounds. But here, yeah, the lurkers are falling now to the irradiate. But yeah, only 1 tank so far out. Here's the extra tank force that I'm talking about with the vessel. Yeah, he's not making any more vessels. Again, his macro is slipping considerably. He should be, you know, trying to go for as many tanks right now as possible. It is slipping, which I'm very surprised at. 2,000 minerals on each side. But this game has kind of entered into a lull, with Zerg just kind of sacrificing Lings essentially to push back the Terran forces. Oh, but he's got a drop upgrade now, so we might see a big boom drop. Unfortunately, no Ultralisks. Oh, but he does have Ultra Cavern. But yeah, there's the remacro. Watch as all your money disappears when you just click the letter T a bunch of times. Yeah, there comes the tank remacros here. And yeah, this is a lot of tanks here. Here comes a big force, and yeah, Zerg just can't deal with this amount of tanks when they don't have Ultralisk, and I'm not even sure if Kraken's upgraded yet. But there comes the swarm. Needs a swarm. Oh, he didn't have it beforehand. Consumed an Overlord. The swarm is going up on all of these Terran units. We're trying on the Zerg units. This is again not pushing back. He needs another swarm right here, and then right on top again. And just send wave after wave of wings. Here come Lynx on this side as well, trying to clear out the spider mines, and we're getting a little bit of lag. A little weird. Scourges are suiciding into these barracks. Not the best use of your Scourge when there's no anti-air around Terran as well. This is important. He's got a command center building behind here. This is very clever. I'm going to probably see this more often with Terrans especially. Maybe even some Zergs. I don't think about Protoss though. Protoss probably wanted to put the Nexus there. Terran is now +1 for his tanks. And again, getting the big remacro in for all of these tanks. Look at that. But just an absolute conga line of Zerglings coming out here. No, there are way too many tanks up here on this high ground. Yeah, I just don't see how these Zerglings can break by this many tanks. Got crack upgraded. But look, afterwards there's like literally like 5 Zerglings left. We got some reinforcements coming out, but again, it's not good enough. Yeah, you see, lift the command center, I didn't even need to. Oh, his comp set's gonna die unfortunately, but again, didn't even need to lift off his command center. These tanks on the high ground are just super good against these Lings, and Ultras coming in right now. But again, it's a little too little too late. I mean, Terran's got 4 gases, what are you gonna do about it? The tank remacro is insane. This Ultra here, yeah, look, the Siege Moon's gonna come out, this Ultra's gonna take 2 big shots, and bam, it's almost dead. Bam, yeah, it's dead. So, Zerg is trying to do its best here. He's gonna be able to pay off his immunity, which is cute, but Unfortunately, if you send your Lings kind of in a Congo line like is what he's doing constantly over and over again, it's not going to work out for you. But Terran does need some more mines over here to kind of hamper the forces. But big irradiates going down on Hydralisk, but also the Ultralisk. Very, very crucial and important. But yeah, Zerg is mined out now at both of his bases. He's mining here pretty comfortably. Actually, he's got a ton of drones here and a ton of drones here. And Terran is starting to mine out a little bit too. But he does have this 5th base here, and I won't be surprised to see if Terran goes for these 2 side expansions. He's already got an SCV here, kind of to be ready just in case. We'll just come over here, delaying these Zerglings. Meanwhile, big Overlord movement is coming out. Probably going to try to go for a drop here. But he's got 2 command centers here. I don't know what Cryoc is doing here. Is he BMing? But he might. I think what he might do is just double lift and lift here and lift here. But this is a big reach, and here comes this Overlord drop. I'm gonna see how this goes. Here come the siege tanks, and ooh, the Overlords are gonna start dropping on top of all of these siege tanks. He might be able to break a good amount of this, but here comes another big drop. So a double drop, big swarms on top of all of these tanks. And just a couple of Ultras left, but he's able to pick out this big, pretty sizable tank force. It's pretty good. But here comes a big drop here into this 4th base. This is where all the mining is for the Terran player, and the Terran, as you notice, is starting to lose some money. He doesn't have that big of a bank anymore. He's got a ton of Lings the CCs are lifting right now. And yeah, Terran just doesn't have that much in his base. He's gonna, if he can get really into this mineral line, here's exactly what he's doing. The Zerglings are really taking care of all these SCVs. And will deny a lot of mining here. Again, managed to pick off a big chunk of this Terran force, but these Lings are doing a ton of damage to this mineral line. The economy of Cryoc is going to start falling soon. And yeah, Terran really needs to look to expand with these 2 command centers. I don't know what he's doing with them. Meanwhile, Zerg also at the same time is grabbing onto this 5th expansion, so, you know, he's starting to mine out himself too, especially at this 3rd base, especially with all those drones. But he can just transfer them all here, and he's got a fresh mineral package to work with. Terran, on the other hand, you know, doesn't really have that many minerals left here at 3rd. His 4th is almost mined out as well. He needs to really lift these command centers over to these bases and grab the mining. Ultras again coming in here, trying to deal some damage to these Terran tank lines. And, ooh, big tank shot. But these Lings, headed by this one lone Ultralisk, might do some damage here. We'll see. There are quite a bit of tanks up here on the high ground. It drops into Ultralisk, but unfortunately these tanks are way too far upgraded. At 2-1, they're doing, you know, 80 damage a tick. And D-Matrix on these tanks. So even if the Zerg managed to get up this ramp, it would be very difficult. This game has been very scrappy, I would say. Again, a ton of tanks from the Terran player. He's still got quite a bit of gas banked up right here. But over here, he managed to finally clean up this frontal area. But again, look, he's got drones. He's, you know, kind of starting to transfer drones over here to this 5th base, and he's got a creep colony coming down. And we might see Zerg try to grab this expansion later on. These spider mines are doing a pretty good job so far, although Zerg has not moved over there yet. But Zerg might see a try to maybe do a doom drop through this area here and try to kill off all of these production facilities. But Zerg right now is just kind of repositioning along the map. He's got a few medics over here that Zerg could probably try to kill. Well, they don't go for it. A lot of tanks though. Again, 2-2 upgrades with 3-3 on the way right now. Actually, 3-2 on the way apparently. So that will be very, very good for the Terran player when he gets his 3rd base up. He's gonna land a CC here. Dude, you already have one though. Is he gonna do it? No, I think he's lifting all the way to this 3rd expansion. So yeah, he's gonna grab the side expansions here and grab himself some fresh mineral patches. Again, this 3rd base, look, only 64 minerals on some of these patches left. This 3rd base as well, only 300 left. But Zerg is also starving now. He's about at 450, but this base is almost done. This base is dry. So he's mining out 2 bases essentially. Although he has a very nice fresh one. He needs to grab this gas extractor. He's hurting on gas a little bit. Overlord's also dying because of these attempted drops. But Terran is restabilizing right now, and Zerg has not been able to really, press through the chink of the armor. And there's so many tanks here. If you were I would say if you just unsiege all of this and just go for a doom push, that might be game. He's got Mutilator Scout again, but it's a little late. Yeah, there's the GG. He realizes he can't win this game anymore. With Terran taking more and more bases, and when Zerg isn't able to really claw back into the game, that's where your problem exists. We're going to jump into game number 3 now. Players just talking a little bit about why they GG'd prematurely a little bit. I don't think it was a premature GG though. And we're going to have the orange Zerg scouting the right direction. Well done for Infected. It was a close game. It was a very good game last time. Yeah, I don't like this mineral layout. Yeah, it's a little flat. You only have 2 indentations here with the minerals. There's a reason why the mineral layout hasn't really changed much over the course of the years. Anyways, we got the Teal Terran spawning at the bottom left, and we got the Zerg player spawning at the bottom left. So it will be a very interesting game. Zerg actually in this split map scenario, Zerg has this mineral only over here, the one that we saw before, to kind of play around with. So that'll be interesting to see if he ever takes that in a map split situation. This is the idea we're coming out for Terran. Again, no cheese from either players. This is the best form of gameplay because you don't like when you're testing a new map, you don't want to just cheese. Although cheese is important on new maps as well because you learn how the map is, you learn how the middle works, learn where the buildable areas are and stuff like that. Maybe put 2 barracks up here. I don't know. But yeah, another 12 hatches coming out. So they're basically doing the same build every single game. We'll see if Terran scouts the correct direction this time. Watch very closely for this SCV. He is right direction, yeah. So by the time this barracks is finished, his SCV will have reached the 12 hatch, and he'll be like, oh, well, I don't need to make any Marines. I'll just build a command center straight away. So both players did scout each other correctly, which is very, very important in this critical matchup. Again, 12 hatch 11 pool coming out from the Zerg player, who's probably gonna bring this drone back home once he sees that there is a barracks here. But yeah, I doubt we'll see any Marines being made. Maybe 1 before command center, but he's got the second supply depot already being made. And yeah, he's actually gonna go for it. Usually I would hold this depot off for a little bit and get the command center up first, and then build a depot with 1 Marine and then SCV. That's generally how I do it. I think it's slightly more efficient, but I don't know, could be wrong. So yeah, Zerg is just gonna walk in here with the drone, and yeah, SCV is gonna build 1 Marine this time. But usually 12 hatch can get away with building none. I'm a little confused. Anyways, Marine's gonna ward off this Overlord though, and now Zerg's gonna send his drone back home. And 14 supply, we're probably gonna see the hatchery coming up soon, and the drone transfers coming out. So in this matchup, yeah, so Zerg can't expand here unfortunately, but Zerg will take this expansion, grab this, and you have a 5th base here, and also your 6th base mineral only here, which is pretty good. Again, the favorable spawns are on the, essentially this spawn is the worst. I don't think you want this spawn ever. Because you don't have the mineral onlys next to you. But you have the 3rd base here, which is kind of a protected 3rd. You also have the other bases here. And the idea behind this is actually, when the map is split, you actually have the 2 really nice protected quote-unquote 3rd bases here. Your actual 3rd, and then kind of like your next 3rd base, that's for the top left-hand position. And so you kind of have 6 really nice gas bases on this side of the map. So that's pretty cool. 2nd barracks is going down actually very quickly. Probably see a 2-Rax Academy build instead, with the refinery coming down here. I don't expect the engineering build with a 2nd barracks. Layer being morphed here instead this time. The SCV is going to come down and see it, and Lings are going to chase his SCV away. Yeah, SCV is going to be warded out. So I think this might be indicative of a lurker attack maybe. We'll see if he plops down the Hydralisk Den here. But in the meantime, Refinery is up now. Don't know where the Academy or eBay is. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-Rax Academy. I have to learn that build. The only build I know in TVZ is the standard 5-Rax +1. I watch too many Flash games, and this is his only build essentially. Bunker at the front now, just in case of a Ling all-in. But Spire, there it is. And so again, another 3-hatch Mutalisk build coming out here from the Zerg player. We're gonna see, because this is a 2-Rax Academy, we'll see he's gonna have a little more Marines out in the early game, but in the mid to late game, he's gonna have a lot less. So we'll see how that goes. Engineering Bay is now coming up for the Terran player. Gonna grab a late +1. So we'll see, because he's gonna have an earlier stim timing, he might go for a sunken break at the front, and also might push up to his third base as well and try to deny it, which are both very good options. Again, very nice Sim City right here with the supply depot in the bunker. Almost impossible for Lynx to get in. I think they can sneak through this area, but it doesn't matter if only they can follow him one at a time. He's got a decent amount. He's got Lynx speed also up at the same time. And the drone, meanwhile, is going to be making that third base. But yeah, Academy is being made now. And here come the comm sets. Gonna scan. I think he scanned the spire. Yep, there it is. So he knows it's almost up. Engineering raise up as well. Probably gonna pop down a few turrets. The nice thing about these barracks placement is that you can actually pop down turrets here and they guard the mineral line as well as the barracks. So just something interesting to note. We'll see, there's got banked up a lot of minerals here, so expecting to see turrets out here. These might be firebat hero turrets actually. They're just now coming up, but I think that these will be in time for the mutas. But the ones in the main, there are none. I think he's gonna build one right here. Nope, just the third barracks. Yeah, there is none in the main. He might just use marine. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. He's gonna build some here at the natural, but then leave his main kind of open and just use marines to defend off these mutalisks that are coming in. Meanwhile, third base is just slowly going up now for infected, and he's gonna be fine waiting. Here come the mutas. Sees one turret there. We'll see if they go around the backside. No, they will not. Are they? I feel like a lot of Zerg players need to do this more. They need to go into the main, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to run into a huge medic main force, though. The micro is a little sloppy, but no big deal. Again, 10 meters is what he's going to be making. And there's his Hydra Den. Mutas are still dancing out. I feel like Zerg players don't do this enough, where they use the mutas. Like right now, he's not doing anything with mutas, right? But players like Jadong are really good. Also, I don't know why he always likes to build the 12 mutas. But I feel like Zerg players, when this misfires, takes free damage. They don't use their mutas enough. So like right now, he's not doing anything, right? I feel like if you're gonna use mutas, they have three purposes. One is to delay, one is to harass, and one is to scout. If you're not doing anything with the mutas right now, so look, he's kind of just floating around. So right now, he's gonna play through the game of deflect. He's gonna deflect this marine force and kind of distract from this third base, which he's trying to set up right now. He's got a couple of drones transferring as well. He loses him by the way. Oh, did he lose him? But that's the point, is that right now he's deflecting. Good, mutas are doing something. But when he was hovering around here, they weren't doing anything. They weren't harassing and they weren't deflecting. Oh, one of them is at 5 HP. Oh, loses one. Loses another. Loses two. Jimmy is at home. Yeah, he's got one left over here. But this marine group is now very small, so I don't expect anything too much. But he's got a big reinforcement line here. So this is going to be the 9-minute push, the 3 racks. With the very quick starport. 2 Rex Academy is kind of the build that leads into this push. This is another Mutalisk, actually. Also, something I noticed about Cryoc is that he hasn't really pressured this third base enough. I feel like if he did, he'd notice it right away, and he'd pressure it much more than he already has been. Instead, he's kind of just let it go on idle. Again, losing more Mutalisks. So this is really good from Cryoc. He's able to push. Oh, can he catch some of these lurkers off guard? He's going to be able to pick up one of them, and he's going to micro away. Oh, loses 4 Marines. This is actually quite huge. He's going to snipe another lurker. Nice micro back and losing 1 Marine for a decent amount of lanes here. Ooh, pick off some of these mutas. Oh, yeah, that's another good batch of mutas that just went down there. But again, these lurkers, here comes the Unburrow. They're going to move up. We'll see how good his micro is. Is he going to be able to snipe one of them? He is not going to. Loses a couple Marines again for some of these mutas. He's going to use a target down that lurker. Nice micro from Cryoc, but again, he's floating minerals. All of this micro is putting a lot of pressure on his macro abilities, and he's got some being produced right now, but again, he's grabbing that science facility, grabbing tanks right now, and it's gonna be about a 10-minute push. So it's gonna be pretty fast actually. I wish he would bring those medics back home. But yeah, again, he didn't pressure. Look, there's no lurkers at the top of his ramp, so I feel like if he went for this base, he'd be able to snipe it down with the forces that he has. Unfortunately, does not do that, and now lurkers are at the top of the ramp. He's instead are just going to kill off the medics. So really good job by Infected to hold off. Decent micro from Cryoc, but again, needs adding on a 4th. Usually you get 4 racks by the way in this build, because that's why. Right there. Yeah. But he's getting a second factory now. He's going to start transitioning slowly into the factory transition. But adding a little awkward. A little awkward in my opinion. If you're transitioning into more factories, you shouldn't be grabbing this extra barracks. But he's got Irradiant on the way, he's got Vessels on the way. Hive is, oh, sorry, his Hive is over here. Hive is done yet, so this is going to be a very fast push here from the Terran player in comparison to the Consume upgrade research. And he's got a second macro hatch here in the main base. But yeah, this will be quite a fast push for the Radiant here. But oh, here comes the flank again, using the second bridge really well to his advantage. And here comes the Meta and the Link Force and the Lurkers. Here they come. They're going to surround one tank here. Here come the Lurkers. Really nice positioning actually from the Marines though. They're actually going to be able to take off all of these Lurkers. A huge botch of a push. He didn't realize there's so many Marines here. Again, this is the problem with this double ramp setup. You might sneak in through one way, but you have to forget Marines are positioned outside one of the other ramps. And didn't have enough fodder for the Lings before the Lurkers were able to get burrowed. And I thought that the Lurkers are actually in a good position here to catch off the two halves of the army, but instead it ended up working against him, and the two halves of the army collapsed on the Lurkers, which were very spread out by the way. You want Lurkers to kind of be more clumped up, especially against Marine Medic. But he's got some more Lurkers and Lings over here, and he might go for a pincer attack. Look again, ooh, good irradiate on one of the Lurkers though. But here comes some stim in. And he's going to be able to set up here. The Defiler Mount is just now started. Consume has not even been close. We're going to see, I think Zoic player is going to need to do a lot of stalling here. Here come the Scourge. Are they going to pick up the Science Vessel? Good micro from the Science Vessel. But here come the Lurkers. They're going right on top of all of the Marines. Oh, all 3 Lurkers die immediately. And here comes another great scan on top. Needlers are dying in the back. And here the Lurkers are all dead. Their Nidus Canal is not even done yet. And this force might end the game here. Very fast push at 12 minutes from the Terran player. The Hive was very delayed. The Defiler Mount is research consumed right now, but there is no consume to be found. The Lurker is going to get picked off right here. The Hydra might be able to pick up the tank. It doesn't pick up the tank to 4 HP. The tank lives with 4 HP. And here come the Marines. He's getting right on top of this ramp, so the Zerg cannot reinforce very well. Desperately trying to re-macro from his 3rd base, but again these Hydralisks are dying left and right. The Hive might get taken down here. The drones are transferring back, and Cryoc is taking a huge lead in this game. Meanwhile, oh man, another huge re-macro from Cryoc again. And yeah, he's grabbing a command center. He's already starting to transition into the mass vulture strategy. He's got no more vessels, unfortunately, out from him. But again, more Marines. He's going to go for a really nice push. Here it comes, and yeah, Zerg player just cannot deal with this remacro from the Terran. He's got one more tank here. But again, this Hive is done. It's GG from Infected. Cryoc is going to take game 3.